99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live from our audiovisual studios right here in Maryann Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Let us talk. I did tell you that today on the Big Hard Facts, we're going to be talking with Chief Olabode George, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, a member actually of the PDP Board of Trustees, and he's joining us live in the studio. Now, today we're examining, of course, the political fault lines inside the People's Democratic Party, PDP, the defections at the senior and grassroots levels, a national convention that, as we hear, has been stalled by a signature forgery allegation, and most importantly, the big question is, can this once dominant party restore itself in time for 2027? My guest is Chief Olabode George, is a member of the PDP Board of Trustees, and he joins us live in the studio. It's so good to have you join us on the show today, Chief George. Thank you so much for coming.
Always my pleasure.
Lovely. Let's look at the fact that you've been very vocal when it comes to all of the internal wranglings within your party, and you've constantly talked about, manipulations. Are there really manipulations within the PDP? What exactly is the biggest danger that your party is facing today?
There is no organization, either political or otherwise, in any part of the world that they will have crisis. But the ability to be able to resolve your problems will be a measure of your competence. Yes, I admit we've had some crisis, but I can assure you that with the level of the leaders, the members of the Board of Trustees, with their experiences in management and their human love for the party, it is time for the BOT, the Board of Trustees, to wade in. Interesting enough, the current crisis sounds like a joke to me, because I was at the meeting, the NEC meeting. The highest body is the convention. The next most important body is the National Executive Committee of the party.
Yeah. And
I attended the last one, where the issue of Anyanwu was suspended, not suspended. We wanted to come back together, and everybody who is anybody was present, including the INEC, to supervise and listen, to be able to confirm that, yes, there was a meeting and all that. And I remember very, very well that all the letters that we needed to be sent to INEC to talk about our convention, to talk about our meetings, and was done in the open, and since then, we met a while ago. All of a sudden, recently, I heard that Anyanwu said he didn't sign, it was forged letter to the INEC. I thought I was in another planet.
Did you see Anyanwu sign the papers?
No, that's not at the meeting, right? It was delayed because they were having a meeting upstairs with the governors and some of the working committee members. And they then came back and reported that, well, we should thank Anyanwu. Anyanwu himself got up at the meeting and thanked the party. And seated beside me were the members, the representatives of INEC, to witness that meeting. And if he said, like he's claiming now, although it's sub judice, because it's before
the matter is in court, yes.
The matter is in court. There and then, the chairman of the Governors Forum got up to thank him that he had done the needful, and everything needed for our convention had already been stated. You know, you have to send your letters certain dates before to INEC, and all that was done. So if he did it, if as he claims, there was that one of the letters was forged, his signature was forged on a letter. Since the time we had the meeting, he should have shouted out, decision on holding the meeting and the convention were decided at that meeting. And all the necessary things needed were discussed and approved. So all of a sudden, from nowhere, he claims that it was a forged letter. I find it very, very not interesting, shocked. And that makes me feel like, what is going on? National Working Committee members, 13 out of, I don't remember the actual number now, but the majority knew what happened. And they set up the committee to run the convention next month. So where is this information coming from? It's like a joke to me. I'm
so sorry to talk over you, Chief. Do you think that, I mean, from what you have explained, that there is an actual plan to sabotage the National Convention, and you think Anyao is spearheading it?
Not that he's spearheading it. Somebody moved a motion during that meeting to allow him to come back. Remember, there was the time he was suspended?
Yeah.
And I stood up to second the motion. And after that meeting, I called him aside and I said, look, young man, you are getting to the tail end of your term. It is good for you to end it all up successfully so that at the end of the day, you will be a life member of the Board of Trustees to honor you. Because if you finish well, the party must honor you. But if you allow yourself in this crisis, it would affect you. And we hugged each other and I left. So listening to all these shenanigans, all kinds of crises, all kinds of turenchi, or what do I call it, going out from the party, it's a challenge for us, because what I am seeing is scary. Now we are in court. For what? Whether he signed the third letter or it was forged. The judge said he will give his judgment soon. And
how soon do you think soon is? And again, we're not, it's sub judice, but we're just saying, I mean, because we've seen cases linger. Could this also affect your planned national convention? Because I've seen meetings of the governor of your state and several governors, the planning committee. They've been meeting. You know, so will this really happen? Because I
have no doubt it will happen. And let me state here that I don't expect anything different from the truth, because seated with us throughout the meeting were officers from INEC. If they were there, minutes were taken, decisions were made, discussions went on. And at the end of the day, we ended with a lot of joy and happiness and a beautiful reunion, we called it. So for this to happen, I don't want to speculate. We should be very careful. if there is some unknown hand trying to manipulate the party so that they think this nation will be a one-party state, that's a huge joke.
Are you referring to the president? Are you referring
No,
to
not
his
him.
ally, Nyesom Wike, who is supposedly a member of your party but speaks against your party?
But,
I mean, is it an unknown hand per se, Chief?
I want to use the word unknown hands until the judgment is given. I want to say it's an unknown hand that is trying to manipulate the party and spin it out of control.
Is the party not out of control already?
No.
Nigerians would think otherwise because of all the things that we've seen play out.
You know, in life, there is this popular saying that the higher you go, the more devilish, demonic arrows that will be fired at you. But as long as we have the fear of the Almighty God in us, and we do what is just, what is right, and what is equitable, we will survive. And I say it with so much pride. I am an irredentist believer in PDP. And I will tell you why. The British, when they were here, planted two evils in this country: tribalism and religious bigotry. Anything that is up, that comes to the fold, you can link it to either tribalism or religious bigotry. And we've been fighting to eradicate this for a long time. Now it's coming to a head now because what has the issue I raised got to do with managing yourselves. Everybody born by a woman, did you ask the Almighty God that, look, I want to be a Fulani man, I want to be a Yoruba man, I want to be an Igbo man? No. I want to be a Christian, a Muslim, or, the traditional. Nobody does that. So, as a Christian, and I am sure it is also in the Quran and in Torah, that do unto others what you want them to do to you.
And so who's this message to? The people who you think are manipulating your party?
The whole country. Let us listen. We must change this country. Even if he goes on his own and says that the PDP is dead, I am telling you that this party is an Iroko tree. It cannot die. And it will not die.
Let's talk about the rokoness of the PDP.
Right.
Recently, you had, your defections, the numbers are insane.
Oh, yeah.
For instance, in June, the governor of Akwa Ibom State officially defected.
Right.
And moved to the APC. Also, reports list about 8 incumbent governors who have defected from the PDP to APC in recent years. Now, we have seen Bayelsa. We've seen Delta. Most recently, we've seen Enugu. The list is endless. And we still hear whispers that more will live.
Let me tell you.
Who's going to be left in the PDP, and where is the Iroko that you're talking about here?
A hell of a lot. One individual doesn't make a forest. A tree doesn't make a forest. And good enough. When you go out to vote, did you see any of their pictures on the ballot box or the ballot papers? Did you see any of their names on the ballot paper or the box? All you saw was PDP, the party, and the party is supreme. The fact that a governor decides on his own steam to leave a party that propelled them, campaigned for them, convinced the populace to vote for them on behalf of that party, they are the ones who should go back into their inner chambers and reflect. I am not bothered If they want to go as a governor, you go.
But what do you think is driving these exits? What do you think is behind it? Because I mean, for the Enugu guy, he's saying he's doing it for Ndigbo because when he asked your party to cede the office of the secretary of the party to the Southeast, you blatantly refused. And I spoke to a spokesperson for the government, and I said, "Is the APC giving that office to them?" Well, I didn't get a response. So, but I'm asking, how well have you treated your party members in handling all of your internal struggles? Could that be what's behind their movement?
Especially the Enugu case. Anyanwu was still chair, the secretary. He's from Imo. All right? Now, they had held meetings in the Southeast, and they came up and said that Anyanwu had to get out for their own chap to take over. There was a time they even brought some thugs. They beat up the young man, the fellow that was appointed.
Yes.
And I waded into it. This was why I seconded the motion of trying to get Anyanwu to come back. And we told this young man and the governor and all the leaders there that it takes a little bit of time. By the time we hold this next convention, all these things we are talking about would have been resolved. You know? So that is not a potent excuse for me to say I am leaving the party. Whatever is attracting them, I want to know. The government in power today, what has it done to attract their coming into their party?
Well,
has he put?
Well, he will tell you that they're giving the governors more money since the removal of subsidy.
Is it private money? They give them money, and where is it? The essence of governance, the essence of you taking power to manage the resources of the land for the benefit of the people. Today in Nigeria, everywhere there is hunger and there is anger. So forget about me being a member of the base of the pyramid is what really matters. What have they done to positively impact on the generality of Nigerians? There is so much anger in the land, and because there is so much hunger, graduates are floating, no future, no hope. Non-graduates are doing nothing. I suggested that, look, Mr. President should set up a special fund, and that fund should be to ensure that those guys who didn't train on a skill, so for skill acquisition program, they should give them. And then microcredit for young graduates who want to do one business or the other. Where are those things? You remember recently, Mrs. First Lady announced that she was going to build a national library. I said a national library, and she needed contribution. That fund should have been by the president asking these people in the banks, those who donated in 2 days, 20.7 billion to her account. Give that money. It will be a public money, and it will be processed through a good management. The younger generation in this country, including my own children, I have asked them, they graduated a long time, they have returned, they want to get a job. They can't get a job because their name is Bode George. So what do you do? What is it that is attracting these people to the other side of the divide? And in our party, I can tell you conveniently and confidently that we have a modus operandi. We just don't, there is no Baba say. There will be discussion, there will be debates, there will be, you can agree, you can disagree, but we are never disagreeable. all these issues that we are taking out should have been managed by the members of the Board of Trustees. Unfortunately for us, the chairman of the Board of Trustees is in the US for medical treatment. And I expected the secretary to have called an emergency meeting of the custodians.
Does that not still say that the party is fading?
No. We had come a long way. I served for almost 10 years at the top echelon of the party. You will have problems. You will have, people who make mistakes, but your ability to get everybody together and let's discuss it, let's talk about it, that will be a measure of the kind of political party we are running.
Okay. All right, Chief. Just we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Chief Olabode George is in the studio with us. He's a member of the PDP Board of Trustees. We're talking about the internal wranglings in the PDP. Will there be a national convention? And because he's a retired naval officer, let's talk about this failed coup attempt when we come back from the break.
Millions of listeners.
Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
With Maryann Okon.
More news
We'll
and
be right
information
back.
coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Feeling under the weather? Tired of getting sick? Immunase from Vitabiotics can help. Immunase is a supplement packed with vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, zinc, and selenium that support your immune system. With Immunase, you can boost your natural defenses and fight infections, reduce your occurrence of illnesses, enjoy faster recovery, and better energy levels. Immunase from Vitabiotics, trusted partner to keep you healthy. Available at pharmacies near you.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
It's the Indomie Eat and Win promo. The more you eat, the more you win. How to win? Buy the Indomie Eat and Win promo pack. Find the promo code inside. Visit indomie.ng/eat and win. Enter your promo code and start earning points fast for a chance to win exciting gifts and 1 million naira cash every week. A lucky winner. So hurry now, eat and win. Let the winning begin. Visit indomie.ng/eat and win for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
Imagine walking through a single marketplace, hearing over 50 languages, seeing goods from 5 continents, and making deals that open up a continent's worth of opportunity. That's the Lagos International Trade Fair, organized by the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, running for the past 38 years. From November 7th to 16th, 2025, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos becomes the gateway to West Africa's biggest economy as ECOWAS clocks 50 and to over 200 million resourceful consumers. Whether you're looking to expand your brand, forge new partnerships, buy at discounted rates for all your Christmas purchases or understand Africa's emerging markets, this is the fair for you. To exhibit your products and services, visit www.lagosinternationaltradefair.com to book your space. Attendance is free, but registration is compulsory for all visitors. For sponsorship and participation, please call 0700 524 6724 or send an email to litf@lagoschamber.com. Lagos International Trade Fair, connecting businesses, creating value.
Oh, the only detergent that keeps me bright and fresh. I know the waste time to wash. I thought my clothes have the best, so why go less? You can't wash a lot with a little Viva. Use Viva. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Use Viva. Viva, oh Viva. I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever. Viva, oh Viva. I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever. Viva, I love my Viva. Don't need no other. I love my Viva forever.
Viva Detergent, a quality cleaning powder from Aspira.
What does it really mean to live limitless? It's a sojourn in Gombe leading a procedure in Lagos. It's SMEs showing up every day, pushing through the odds. It's students in remote towns streaming global lectures in real time. It's you making big moves in London while chilling by the pool in Abeokuta. It's power, it's freedom, it's mounting a router outside and connecting it inside for super fast internet. It's Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Enjoy unlimited data for limitless living with Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get yours. Airtel.
Sorry, madam. There's an emergency at the shop. They need you now. It's a serious...
Nothing is more serious than a Golden Morn breakfast with my family. Don't you understand? All our winnings start with a nutritious golden breakfast. Now, sit down. Please join us.
Yes, ma. At once.
Breakfast is serious business. Handle it with a nutritious Golden Morn. Now with a great new look. Trust Golden Morn to help fuel your family to win every day. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
It's back to school time with Boku. School fees choke, but food? Not inside Boku. Yes, so because 50 kg Big Bull rice of 66,000 naira don't be 59,000 naira. The 25 kg of 34,000 naira encore, now 31,000 naira. Hey, even 5 Alive Poppy Orange and 5 Alive Berry Blast follow drop to 800 naira and 900 naira now. That's not be all, because 60 cl Coke, Fanta and Sprite now only 340 naira each. Big Indomie chicken unka, 350 naira only. And no forget Golden Penny Spaghetti for only 950 naira. Iboku abi no boku. Iboku.
Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk, news and sports radio station. Let's talk.
All right, we're back. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I still have in the studio Chief Olabode George. I like when he's in the studio because we have like side talks and it's so interesting. You know how someone who's elderly gives you gist and it's so nice. Anyway, Chief George is here in the studio. We're talking about the People's Democratic Party, the planned national convention, the case in court, and most importantly, other matters arising. Before we went on the break, I did say that we were going to talk about the... The government has recently talked about a failed coup attempt. Now, you are obviously a former seaman. I'd like to put it that way. A former naval officer. Most people do not know that. But then the army came out to succinctly say there was no such thing.
The army has said that?
Yes, of course. The army said that. That there was no coup attempt. But then we immediately saw that shake-up. And the CDS was fired. There's something that everyone's asking. Who's lying?
You know, I had the news and I was a little bit very disturbed. And I tell you why. Because we call it non-regimental appointments. I was privileged to have been a governor in Ondo State, and the experiences that I had, wonderful though, but governance should never be brought into the armed forces. It almost destroyed the camaraderie, the unity, the successful relationship, the camaraderie in the service. You bring back, once you are in government, you know, to have a democratic government, there are three, I call them tripod. Mm-hmm. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And it makes it a stable platform. But when a military government comes in, the legislative arm is out. So when you say you are running a military government, how do you know what the people want? Mm. You see the effect it has. You have to define a way by which you must get to the people. Mm. Because otherwise, why are you governor? And you know, the sad part of it is that you find out that you bring into the system pettiness, jealousy, innuendos. Your colleagues are saying, why you and not me? Why is this, not that? And we don't need it, because once you are in your trenches, whoever is next to you is your brother, is your comrade in arm. And if you lose all that luster, how would the service feel? You know? So that's the really bad part of any military governance in government. Mm-hmm. And so I always advise each time that yes, we were there, we had that experience. Did he end up well with the military? No. If you want to be a politician, join them outside.
Like you?
Yeah. Go and join and listen. You know, when I see any officer or any other rank, when I look at your shoulders, I know the kind of responsibility I can ask you to carry out. But in the civil life, because I've seen both sides.
Both sides. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Human behavior starts from 0 to infinity. You can expect anything at any time without any excuses. That is the difference between the military government and the civilian government. Mm. And the most impactful one is for you to know the needs of the people.
But then there are several people who have continuously said, I mean, you talked about hunger and the government's attention to the problems of the people. Right. There are people who subtly have been saying that, there should be, it'll be better to have a military administration. Of course, I mean, like you're laughing, it obviously means that that's just rubbish. But there are people who seem to think that might be the way out of the suffering. But do you think, again, I'll ask the question, who's telling the truth? Was there a coup? Was it a failed coup attempt? I mean, with what we're seeing in the shake-up of the military, do you think there's something to it? Don't forget, the president came back to the country, cut short his trip. I also hear the IG ran back from some events that he was supposed to do abroad. And several things, we've seen so many things. Is there something that the government is hiding from us, you think?
I'm not in government, so you here.
As a former military man, what do you think is going on?
I don't know. I left now over 30 years ago. I retired from the service. And most of the young men there now were not even in the service when I came. So because of my political involvement, I have very little interaction with the military.
But the president used to be your friend.
Yeah. Which president?
I'm talking about this president. Even though I know that you do not share.
Yeah, but we don't.
You do not.
We don't. We are not in the same party, and we don't share. But occasionally, they call for suggestion of one thing or the other.
Do you think they follow any of the ideas that you've shared?
Yeah, you tell them, my views on certain things, and it's normal. But I don't have in-depth discussion or analysis with them. Rather, we put all that in our party to get ourselves ready so that when we punch during the election, we give them a TKO.
I want to ask quickly because Negotiants want to join the conversation. By the way, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation via WhatsApp if you're listening from outside of the country. When are you going to let Wike go?
I believe he was my political son, and I have advised very often he should calm down. In Hausa, they say kadankada. In Igbo language, they say wayo wayo. In Yoruba, they say faraibale to Wike. No individual has it all. And the lessons I would tell him, the way he's going in another political party, and all those who are going to say they want to join the APC, good luck to them. There are people before they came, right? And there will be people before. So if they decide that this is the time, the major difference they will have is that the way our party operates as a democratic party, there is only one man who told us openly that I own the party. That was Mr. President. He said it, that I own the APC. So if somebody is telling you this is his fiefdom, his company, and you are going there, what guarantee do you have that whatever you want in your mind, you raise your hand up, or you are going to be like a doggy that will follow anything you want to follow? So I feel sorry for those guys. We have seen it before. At our national convention, people walked out. They went to the other party. They treated them as they should have treated them, and they ran back to the party. So it's not final yet.
But Chief, there's those who are saying that before the end of the year, your party is going to empty out, and you might follow them.
That is a huge joke. I am an irredentist party PDP man. You know why? I told you, the British left two evils in this country. And the founding fathers of our party tried methodically, made certain suggestions of how to get rid of these two evils.
But you were unsuccessful, obviously, because that's the biggest issue that this country has to deal with today.
Yeah,
bigotry.
Now, yes, we were successful. Were
you? Because it's a deep-seated situation, and we're still
is,
seeing it every single day.
No, it's not a 100-meter dash race. Nation building is not a 100-meter dash race. It's a marathon, generation to generation to generation. All we are trying to do now is to make sure that the Gen Z generation will catch up with the good wishes and the goodwill that the Almighty God has implanted in this country. Because what is governance? A democratic governance. It is the utilization of the resources of the land for the benefit of the people.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
So if you can't do that, then what are you doing in government? What are you doing in... And, my plea, because everybody is saying, PDP is dead, PDP is this. We are waiting for this judgment. First of all, in our party, one of the don't do areas is for you to just suddenly end up in a court you must exhaust the dynamics within the party. If you are still not satisfied, then you go to court. So they will be brought to
But
book.
the last time you were in court, the judge said, go and put your house in order.
No, the
Will
Supreme
your house
Court-
ever be in
No,
order?
No, the Supreme Court made that statement. And if Supreme Court made that statement, what are we still doing now in court? And I don't know what the judge will say. They have told us, go back. And we went back to the party. We had the party meeting. Those who were supposed to be present were present. Decisions were made. They were all announced. And then weeks after that, you have the temerity to say they forge your signature. It's so heart-wrenching that I thought, what is going on? I was at that same meeting when people got up and said, look, don't start to use the big stick. Let us work together as one. We also told the governor of Enugu the same thing. Hold on. Don't do this. Don't do that. Now they've gone. And those
Maybe the PDP is at snail speed and some of them don't necessarily want to wait that long.
We have a saying in my part of the world that until a woman has two different husbands at different times, then she will understand the goodness of being a proper married woman.
Okay. I would have loved to hear it in Yoruba. But let's open up the phone line. 0201-277-0993, Chief Olabode George here with us in the studio. 30 minutes, go straight to the point, guys. Not too much analyzing. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening, Maryann.
Good evening.
Madam Lucky, I'm calling from Beguleki.
Go ahead.
Let me ask your guest about the issue of the military shake-up. Ask him that with the way the politicians are doing with the military, look at the IG of police who's supposed to be number one, the president supposed to start. You leave that man there. Ask your guest that with the way the politicians are behaving with the military and the police, don't you think they are destroying the institution, comparing Nigerian institutions to those ones we are seeing in the U.S.? Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want to answer that.
Very quickly. It is the prerogative of the president, that's why he's commander-in-chief, to appoint, to sack, to direct the armed forces. Is the commander-in-chief. This is absolute within his powers. Now, I left the military about 30-something years ago, and I've been on the civil side. So I don't know what is actually going on because it's not our party. If it's been our party, it would have been discussed at the higher echelon and all this information will come. People are angling that, why did he leave the policeman? It is his prerogative.
But then there's a law for service. I mean, he extended his service. Who's to say that anyone can't come and continue because he's set a precedent?
Yeah, that is absolutely within his powers to do what he did. As the commander-in-chief, you serve at his pleasure.
At the pleasure of the president.
Right.
All right, let's take a few more calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Maryann Okon.
Yes,
Please,
30 seconds.
Ask your guest. The way the judiciary is handling political matters, how does he feel? Because the same judiciary told us if you decamp, you will lose your position. But today, we are seeing that this thing is not the way the judiciary has said it before. This is Pastor Ladipo calling from Orilego.
Thank you, Pastor Ladipo. Chief.
Yeah, well, I still believe that the judiciary should respect the judgment given by the Supreme Court. That all these political matters, you people get up, go to your party headquarters and resolve. That's the most sensible thing. Otherwise, they become partisan. I hope this case that is just before the justice. We have all the tools. If he tells us we are wrong, there will be crisis. If he tells us we are right, there will be crisis. The best way to ship it out of his own table is to say, get back to your party and resolve your matter. That's the most sensible, the most rational thing. Otherwise, you want to add the judiciary as another political party. And it should not be.
You know, with the current constitutional amendment and the amendments of the Electoral Act, there's a push for the elections to be brought backwards into 2026 so that all the tribunals... But does the PDP support that?
Yeah, to some extent. But not to the extent where they will decide that you are the winner of the election and he is the loser. No. Let the will of the people. If they find out that there are certain inadequacies and all that, what I expect them to do is go back and redo or go back and recount. Don't pronounce that you are president, you are whatever, governor. No. It really brings a lot of filth on the judiciary. And there's a quoting that I want to say. Suffering is a wonderful fertilizer for the roots of character. Suffering is a wonderful fertilizer for the roots of character. The great objection of this life is character. And that it is only the only thing, that character you got, that you will take when you go back. Absolutely.
When your creator calls you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take another call. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah. Good evening, Maryann, once again.
Yes.
I'm Monica from First Stack.
30 seconds.
I just want to, it's exciting to hear from him and good to know that he's enjoying excellent health of both mind and body. Does he have any plan to retire from politics anytime soon? Because it's sounding like he's enjoying it. Thank you.
Okay. Now that's a personal question.
Yes, that's personal. Let me tell you what. You know, my great-granduncle was the first Nigerian politician, Papa Hellas Macaulay. In 1922, he established the first political party. And he passed away in 1946. And I have taken the same route on towards him. And I've been involved in those days, in the 50s. In the early 50s, I remember, we used to crowd around the radio diffusion where they're announcing results. Action Group, NCNC, NPC, and I was the one always writing those figures for my dad.
Interesting.
So it's been a long haul. Of course, I'm no longer young,
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that as long as the Almighty God gives me the strength, my brains are still intact, physically I'm still okay. Why not? It's my country. I may not be as committed physically like I did before, but now I am a member, a life member of the board of trustee of the party. And you know the meaning of board of trustee? They are the handlers. They are the owners. They have they are the custodian of the party. The assets, the liabilities are owned by them. So it's a great honor for me. So as long as I'm still able to think, talk, and reason, I remain PDP.
Lovely. Let's read some messages here. Tony Opako here says, does the PDP still have any political future? As many of their stronghold governors are shamefully and hopelessly discamping to the APC. The average Nigerian politician does not have scruples or any iota of integrity. And good moral values. That's inclusive of you, sir.
That is, it's like a police station. Any political party is like a police station. You can come in, you join, They listen to you. If you have some suggestions or you have some ambitions, they allow you. And if you are fed up, you take a walk, you walk out. And so to call them, who are the people? You know, he is describing the people, the group I call politricians, not politicians. Politicians are people who are committed to managing the resources of the land for the benefit of the people. But politricians go there to trick the people, to amass personal wealth for themselves, their child, their children, or their wives, or their relatives. That is not politician. The real politician commits himself for the service of the people. That's why you go out and campaign. The only request I want to have is that the electoral process in this country is absolutely shambolic, totally irresponsible.
In 10 seconds, what is your message to Professor Amupiton? 10 seconds, we have to go.
My advice to him, I have told him, Amupiton. Amupiton. It means the man who will tell the truth, tell stories when he goes home.
So he should tell the truth.
Let him make sure that there will be no glitches.
Okay, we've got
the next election.
We've got
honesty, justice, and equity.
All right. Well, we're hoping for that. Fingers crossed. Chief Olabode George is a member of the People's Democratic Party and a member of the PDP Board of Trustees, a lifelong member. We've got to go. Thank you so much, Chief, for coming.
My pleasure always.
All right, Lagos.
After this.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.